Why do I keep giving you guys this forbidden arcana? Fine. Here's how to do Reflect Arcanist in Bravely Default 2. Well, I asked and you responded. You wanted this. So, Bravely Default 2 brings about a new set of overpowered setups and builds you can do. It is the very nature of Bravely fans to find these new and exciting team comps that just break the game beyond belief. Bravely 2nd had its fair share of builds, including the infamous Ghost Mage build. Wow, am I glad that doesn't exist in this game? It exists in this game, more or less. So today we're going to go over how the Reflect Arcanist works, what abilities you want to use, how to set it up in combat, and why it's so effective. But before we get to that, there's a matter of business we must address. Yes, you know what it is. Click the buttons, like and subscribe. Do it, down below. It'll only take a second and it helps the channel. Okay, thanks. Alright, so how are we setting this up? Well, similar to Ghost Mage, we're going to have one main damage dealer, 2 setup supports, and an extra side character. Let's go over our Arcanist first. So you take an Arcanist, obviously, and you slap some magic-related passives on him. Now, there are 2 main abilities you'll need to equip to really get the full effect of this build: Surpassing Power and Magic Critical. These will respectively allow you to go over the 10,000 damage cap and crit with your spells. For the remaining 3 slots, you have a number of different passives to choose from: Magic Amp, Critical Amp, Limit Breaker, Dual Wield, Subjob Specialty 2, Full Force, and across the board. If you want to play it a little bit riskier, you could also go with Last Resort and keep yourself at 1 HP to maximize that damage. Some of these are obviously situational and depend on how you want to set this thing up. In this case, I'm going to be using Red Mage as a secondary, so my 3 picks are going to be Subjob Specialty 2, Magic Amp, and Full Force. For equipment, despite not having the perk, I'm going to dual wield staves to up that magic attack, and I want to throw in some crit in there if I can. The rest of your party is going to be used for preparing the build. You'll want 2 people to have Bard as their main job and Oracle as secondary. Your 4th person can really be whatever. I'd personally recommend another Bard with White Magic or a Brave Bearer to help deal with BP, in case something should go wrong during setup. If you give one of the Bard Oracles across the board, or hell, both of them, you'll have a much easier time getting set up. Giving both of them Born Entertainer is also a great choice for when it comes to buffing. Alright, so this should be fairly evident in how this build works by now. You're going to use your Bard Oracles to put Reflect on your entire party. There are 2 uses for the Bard here: to buff your Arcanist, and to prevent the enemy from interrupting these preparations. To do this, we want to use Shut Up and Dance every turn to ensure that we are always acting next. So you'll have your first Bard Oracle use 3 Reflects, and then Shut Up and Dance on your second Bard to get the last Reflect off, or only 1 cast of Reflect if you have across the board, and then you can immediately go into starting buffing. Alternatively, you can use a Reflect Ring on someone if you have it. Once you have all the Reflects active, you'll want to start using Work Your Magic to boost your magic attack. All Killer No Filler is also nice to throw in on the side now that we've got Magic Critical equipped. Then we use our last Shut Up and Dance to make it the Arcanist's turn and begin the Hellfire. To do so, you choose a spell that can be cast across your party. And then you do that. You cast 4 high damage spells onto your own team. Now, because you're technically hitting 4 people, when it inevitably reflects off of them, you're sending 4 casts of that single spell at the enemy, which means a boss that's all alone is going to get hit 4 times by a single cast of Darka. And then we're going all out, so 4 casts become 16 casts. And then with the setup that I've chosen in this example, we've got Chain Spell from the Red Mage to double that hit count to 32. And now we have a build that's even more powerful than Ghost Mage, arguably, because Surpassing Power allows us to pass the 10,000 damage cap and instead approach 100,000 for each hit. It's not guaranteed, of course. Like, hitting 100,000 per hit is unreasonable for me to say and advertise as what you can do. You're more than likely actually going to be hitting over 10k at the least, so remember that much. I should also explain why we want to use the Arcanist. Alongside having some of the highest magic attack in the game, the class's first specialty allows the Arcanist to cast spells party-wide with no reduction to damage, but the spell will hit the caster. However, whether it's due to the Reflect or perhaps the possibility that All-In doesn't work if you're casting it on your own party, the Arcanist will not be taking damage. But that doesn't mean you won't absolutely be wrecking house with this build. I killed the super boss in 1 turn with this build. It didn't even get to enter the second phase. The model just T-posed and then it died. Anyways, that's the Ghost Mage equivalent for Bravely Default 2, Reflect Arcanist. Takes a bit more setting up to make it work, but it arguably hits just as hard or harder than its predecessor. I've got some more Bravely builds on the way and planned out. Next one's going to be a fairly interesting combination, and then the one after that is, well, let's just say that it overshadows the Virtuoso. But you'll just have to wait to see what that means. Until then, if you enjoyed this video, a like and a subscribe would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching, have a great day, and I'll see you soon.